problem 9, the key issue is multiplication of matrices. So you do need to know how to multiply matrices correctly. The left side of the equation, A times the matrix X, Y, is multiplication of two matrices. So A is going to be a matrix. And on the right side, it's 3 times xy. So there you have a scalar multiplication where you're just multiplying the matrix times each element in the matrix by 3. So the easiest part of this is to look at the right side of the equation. When you multiply a matrix by a constant, which we call scalar multiplication, you're basically just multiplying every element in a matrix by that constant. So 3 times the matrix xy would be 3x, 3y, would be the matrix 3x, 3y. Multiply every element in the matrix by the constant. That's called scalar multiplication. So that means that when we multiply the left side of the equation, the matrix A times the matrix xy, we have to get the result of having multiplied every element in the matrix by 3. So the answer here is going to be A, but let's try to multiply each of these 4 options out to see. Alright, so when you multiply matrices, you're going to multiply each row of the matrix on the left by each column of the matrix on the right. And rows are horizontal. So the matrix on the left has 2 rows, the 3, 0 and the 0, 3. And the columns are vertical. So the matrix on the left also has 2 columns, C1 and C2. Whereas the matrix on the right, the XY, has only 1 column, but 2 rows. Okay, so we're going to multiply, basically, we're going to multiply 3 times x and then add to that 0 times y. So we've multiplied the first element in the first row times the first element in the first column. Then we multiplied the second element in the first row times the second element in the first column of the second matrix there. And we're going to do the same thing. Then we're going to move down to the second row. The second row is going to be, now we're going to multiply 0 times x to get 0x, and then we're going to multiply 3 times y, and that gives 3y. So now when we add together 3x plus 0y, we get 3x. And when we add 0x plus 3y, we get 3y. And so that's the answer. Alright, let's go quickly through the other options to see what we would get. So when I multiply the first element of the first row, that's 3, times the first element in the first column, I get 3x. And that's good. Then I'm going to multiply the second element in the first row of the first matrix by the second element in the first column of the second matrix, and I get 0y. Now you should see when you multiply the first element in the second row of the first matrix by the first element in the first row and the first column of the second matrix, you're going to get 0x, and then you're going to get 0y. So that doesn't match what we need. And just quickly for option C, when you multiply the same way, now you're going to get a result of 3x plus 3y and 3x plus 3y, and that's not what we're looking for either. And so in the last option, what you're going to get when you multiply is you're going to end up with 0x plus 3y and 3x plus 0y. So simplifying, you'll get 3y over 3x, which is kind of it upside down of what we wanted. So again, the key here is to know how to multiply matrices and understand scalar multiplication as well.